Hello, everybody. We've got the last game from week 1 of this SPL, and it is a big one, too, because the Tigers are up 6-5 on the Sharks. So if Jabba of the Tigers wins this game, then the Tigers win the week. If Golden Sun of the Sharks wins this game, then both teams walk away with a tie, and therefore 1 point in the standings. With me, I have Danilo. Say hello.
I'm back.
Unfortunately. We see two unconventional choices from either side, because Golden Sun used to be a hardcore stall player, then he sort of branched out into the offensive side of things. And he brought stall once in World Cup, and now he's bringing another Scarm. I guess he supposed that Jabba would not be able to break it, but Jabba is throwing off people even harder, considering he has a Fortress, when he's been using a bunch of Calm Mind sort of offense for a long, long time. He makes a kind of weird move and rapid spins on turn 2. I think I would have spiked there. What about you?
Yeah, pro tip, if you got a Fortress and they haven't revealed their ghost yet, just spike up again. They likely have it.
Yeah, and even if they whirlwind you out, then you got a second spike layer. And
Exactly.
the amount of levitating flying Pokemon is sort of went down on more defensive teams like with Scarm, because Zapdos can't rest talk effectively anymore.
Mhm.
So, Gengar misses the Will-O-Wisp on Snorlax. If that's a rest Snorlax, it doesn't matter as much, which it probably is considering the Fortress and Jabba having the old school mentality. I'm not sure I agree with that.
Terrible double.
Because Snorlax does not scare out Gengar well at all. And because he will take a burn Shadow Ball all day, and that's the most he can do. So, Fortress...
Yeah, I guess he just predicted the Scarm switch in, but risk versus reward, that's just not worth it.
Yeah, and I mean, he can even throw out a Body Slam or something if he predicts the Scarm. But their Scarm now eats Shadow Ball up, and Golden Sun has a really big advantage in the spikes department, so I think Jabba is better off just... instead of trying to spin when he's not going to, then just loading up on spikes himself to pressure Golden Sun as much as possible. Rather than, if he has a Pursuiter, then it can get really messy trying to double it in on Gengar to pick it off. So I think just load up on spikes. If you can spin, then go ahead. There's a Fire Blast Salamence that dodges Toxic, so Golden Sun's status moves are not accurate in this game. But that did, like, nothing. I know Scarm runs a lot of special defense.
Yeah. Perhaps Choice Band Fire Blast?
That's the explanation I'm thinking of. Like,
Yeah.
DD Fire Blast is not a thing, because DD Ments walled by Aerodactyl is just awful. So Jabba decides to take advantage and makes a pretty nice move. Goes to Fortress. It can be scared out by Flamethrower Blissey, but those are relatively rare. So he can just spike up more, and that's what I think he should do. He does, so that's a good move there. And if his Snorlax is Curse Rest, which I think Jabba has, with his older school mentality, well, it's going to be disrupted like hell by that Gengar. But it can sweep late game, possibly. One Scar, if he keeps Sand off for a while and reserves the Snorlax, then it can do damage. I think Golden Sun in World Cup brought a team that Danilo himself actually made, with Skarmory and Fortress, last two being Dugtrio and Swampert. Do you think we could be seeing that here?
From Golden Sun?
Yeah.
My team doesn't run Gengar.
Right. It runs T-Tar for the Pursuit, right.
Yeah.
Well, he could be just running some standard stuff, which is... Well, I wouldn't see it coming from him either. But... also, that team would probably lead Fortress, because it's better to Dugtrio a Magneton killing Fortress than Dugtrio a Magneton killing Skarmory, because Skarmory is an actual threat.
Yeah.
And Fortress just kind of,
So, it's hard to tell what Jabba needs to do, because he has so little information right now. Well, he has so little information about Golden Sun's team, and he has very little going for him so far in this game. He has a Salamence that really needs prediction to kill Skarmory, and his Slax is not really going to do much against this Gengar. Tauntwile is really good against his team. He's trying to spin.
Well, that was...
what else can he do?
Well, that was not a bad move, because now Golden Sun is almost assured to use Taunt, so he gets the switch to Snorlax, which has not been Wisp. Nice move there. I mean, it should have been Wisp, but accurate status moves like that missing are the worst. But also, CB Ments is really dangerous, because Skarmory did eat that Toxic, and from 62%, it is not going to love Choice Banded HP Flyings. He goes to Skarmory, and it takes a little more. Surely he has a better switch-in than Choice Band Salamence. I'm wondering what the rest of his guys are. Toxic, not a good move against Snorlax because immunity is by far the better ability, unless Regice, Jinx, Moltres, and Charizard just really tear you to shreds. But he's just going for the para on it, because those spikes are kind of inevitable. So a Golden Sun was probably trying to catch the Salamence coming in. And it's parried now, so that's something. Here comes Fortress.
A lot more threatening from Salamence.
So that's a good move on Jabba's end. He will get his third layer of spikes. So we've got 3 layers of spikes on both sides. And after that, I hope he has a better switch than Salamence. Yeah. Because there's something to be said to use Fortress to, neutralize Scarm with support, to just switch in on it and spin spam all day. But at the same time, if you can't just rely on that working the whole time, you gotta be able to actually hit it.
I'm not sure if Spikes is essential enough to Jabba's strategy for him to have Gengar on his team. What do you think?
I can agree with that, but at the same time, we don't know enough about his team. But
yeah, we don't know.
At least with Golden Sun, then we can assume that there's a bulky ground type, or a bulky water and a bulky steel like Jirachi to help out against the rocks.
Yeah.
Like Jirachi can switch into Arrow, which takes pressure off Suicune or Milotic, even though Milotic switches has Recover, so it takes some pressure off there, especially with Wish. But I don't think we're going to see Jirachi, because these kinds of teams tend to be horribly weak to Trap in general. So, he's just battering away, Golden Sun not risking the Wisp Miss, and the status moves missing are a big deal. Here's Gengar, and now he gets Whirlwinded. Well, here's Men, so that's not bad, since I doubt that that was really good for Jabba, because while he did reveal Gengar, he's either going to his Water type on Fire Blast, he's either Toxicking, or he's Protecting. And Gengar can handle all 3 of those options. So switch back to Gengar is 100% what Jabba should do here. And as for Golden Sun, then, you can't not switch your Water in. Although, with 3 spikes now, CB Ments is fucking scary, so I like Jabba using that. I think we mentioned that in the Villa vs. McMegan game. We never got to see the Salamence set, but Salamence with spikes down is terrifying. There's Blissey. We see Fire Blast. I suppose that was another good move, but if... yeah, that's a good move. It handled Gengar and it handled Fire Blast without any Protect, Full Paralysis, or more Toxic missing. And Blissey is forced to Soft Boiled as Snorlax comes back in. Snorlax could get a Curse here, and with some Full Paralysis, perhaps bust through Scarm.
Yeah.
I think Jabba's got a... Well, Sand probably affects Jabba harder, because, it's going to wear down Snorlax like hell, and Salamence, but Blissey losing leftovers is going to be really dangerous, especially if the Gengar has Hypnosis. Of course, there could be a Claydol, which could try to clear. There's T-Tar's Sand. And Snorlax still has 1 sleep turn on the counter. We see leftovers, so it's not Choice Band, it's not DD Lum. It's not Lychee Berry, although it wouldn't be Lychee on this team anyway. There's Suicune, that's going to get roared into Gengar. There could be a worse one, I guess, although he would have much preferred Salamence. So Roartar is a great set, and for the exact reason you see there. Although it's a lot more devastating on Suicune, who doesn't get leftovers in Sand. And Gengar, if it has Hypnosis, needs to use it right here. And I think if he has Giga Drain, then... Well, you don't want to get Pursuited, but if he doesn't have Hypnosis, then he doesn't need it, but he would really like it. Just in general, to help break down Blissey. There's Hypnosis. Now he can batter away with Giga Drains and Thunderbolts. Although, Sleeping Tar is probably a lot better than Blissey, because Blissey, at least he can force to Soft Boil and then switch to, CB Ments. Even though CB Ments doesn't like Ice Beam, and it's not going to come close to killing, then it can scare it out. Although it's not Brick Break CB Ments, which would, force Blissey to think twice. And, because, as we've seen, he has Fire Blast. Any thoughts? I'm rambling on.
Jabba doesn't really have very many good options. I agree with you, I think he should stay in with Gengar, but his Thunderbolts and Giga Drains are gonna, 3-hit KO at best, probably gonna 5-hit KO. And he doesn't want to go to Suicune. Looking at his team, I don't think Suicune has rest, so it's gonna be at around 50% when it's coming in.
What about Salamence? I was going to say go to Salamence there, which can threaten out Blissey with spikes down, and it threatens to pound T-Tar's face in. Here he's risking some waking up Crunch stuff. With the spikes down, he can't even switch into Crunch very well.
No, he can't. He can't switch into anything very well. He's trying his luck with sleep. So far it's working. And I guess if he gets one more Giga Drain off, he's in good shape. And Golden Sun doesn't wake up. If I'm Golden Sun, I think I just go to Blissey here.
T-Tar being slept and down also is really good for the Snorlax endgame. Although, I mean, Sand and Spikes and Starmie still being around makes it unlikely that it's going to, have much of an impact. But there's Blissey now. And he can burn that sleep, and I mean the para on Skarm could be huge as Snorlax tries to break through it and burn rest and all that stuff. So Blissey's forced into Soft Boil here. So there's Suicune. Suicune into Blissey is interesting. Oh, he gets Seismic tossed. I guess he was trying to really batter away at the sleeping Snorlax.
I reckon he has rest. Maybe he's he probably has rest. He's gonna switch it in. Unless he's going straight for the Curslax endgame.
Maybe. Snorlax sleep. I don't know. I don't think that's reliable, especially because he's probably got a curse pert or something. Since with Tar, I don't think you're really going to be seeing the Wish Calm Mind Rachi Suicune duo that I really like, or Milotic over Coon. So Dugtrio is possible. Dugtrio pert is really likely, although that's kind of Spike's weak. Itself. There's Starmie. Okay. There's Rest. So, well, there go Jabba's Spikes. So, Golden Sun is just running a really, really standard stall team. I guess he figured Jabba can't break it. Although Crocoon, if it is Crocoon, then that is the one thing this team hates. Yeah, and I was really disappointed by the Sleep Talk changes because Crocoon is amazing, and it might just show us why right here. Whenever I used this team, back coming up on 3 years ago now, God, then endgame Crocoon, or just any Calm Mind Coon with Rest, once everything else had died, was just death. It's Thunderbolt. He switches out offensive. So that could be a problem. He's going to have to get his Sleep Talks going against Blissey later on. And I can't decide which one is worse, the bulky Starmie which rids him of spikes, or this offensive Starmie. And this is what, who is his face? Someone used this against the Sharks ADV. I forget who. Kevin Garrett used this against Golden Sun last year. And it's a standard stall team, but it has Boom Guard to open up on other Blissey and then let endgame Starmie, which usually people think is an arrow, go wild. There goes Raikou into Hydro with spikes down. I am not sure I like that. Now it's a speed tie. It's a speed tie that almost surely won't be risked by Golden Sun, but I don't know. I guess because offensive Starmie will not have spin 9 times out of 10. So I think he was better off just letting Gar go and then forcing Raikou onto him after. Because HP Grass Raikou with the right set could actually make him annoyed, especially since Blissey's at 68%. I mean, look at that. That is low. He could cause some havoc with that for sure. And even when he soft boils down, he's at 79 before spikes, or 75 before spikes. Excuse me. So I think letting Gengar go was kind of a mistake. Actually, this...
I don't know. What is Jabba's game plan here? I guess it looks like Lax is his best option.
I think it's Lax or Coon, depending on which one gets going first. I think Coon is likelier to get going first. So he's looking for a crit or a para full para, does not find either. And I think a switch to Salamence was better there, because Raikou dying to spikes gives him a good sack, and it prevents a soft boil later. So I think he should have done that, and kept Raikou for that purpose. Yeah. Like, if Blissey comes in at 68 or something next time, or 75 or something next time, and takes a hit from Gengar after spikes, you can switch to Salamence, you can switch to Raikou, let it die to spikes, and that thing is denied. In fact, some offensive teams like having spikes up on their side for that specific purpose. So, Snorlax remains asleep. And, I mean, his 2 rest pokes can endgame once they're asleep, or once they're the last Mon. But it's going to be a problem waking them up and getting them set up and getting them, undamaged, or not damaged very much, as the last Mon.
Top Gengar in the back.
Tongar is a problem. And I think Kuhn is the likelier one to pull it off. Especially if it's Rest Talk. Jabba made the right move there, because I assumed it was just the bulky psychic one. But T-Bolt was also a threat. And, I mean, Suicune is amazing, but it can't reliably set up... If it was awake, I would have stayed in calm-minded, but it can't reliably set up on the thing. And that was a nice move on Jabba's end. I did not expect Golden Sun to go for Toxic. Maybe he's forgetting that Snorlax has immunity. Or, no, he was surely just trying to catch Salamence. But,
I don't know. I think he should have just burned his Switch turn with Wax. I don't know why Golden Sun went for Toxic instead of Whirlwind.
I agree. That was weird on both ends. See, there's the Raikou dying to Spikes denying Blissey thing. So, in fact, I was going to say he might want to double switch to Salamence on the incredibly obvious Blissey, although there's always the possibility of Skarm protecting. And trying to double switch around Protect Skarm is a real bitch. But I'm not sure why he's not going to Ments and just firing off HP flying. I mean, Skarm is not getting worn down at all. So I think he's not using CB Ments as much as he should. There's a Wake Up. There's a Body Slam. Blissey soft boils. That was...
This is all spaghetti. I don't know why he's staying with this.
With Blissey?
Yeah.
Well, he's chipping away at Skarmory, who has 31 Whirlwinds left. There's a crit. There's a Whirlwind. Here's Gengar once more.
So what was that crit play? Like, now
he has to... Well, now he doubles. Now he gets it. There's the CV Ments HP Flying, and with that hit on Skarmory, then nothing wants to switch into HP Flying. So I think Jabba's about to get a kill here. What was that? Oh, is he not choice banned?
Maybe he's not choice banned.
But what could he has Fire Blast that did nothing to Skarm.
What is going on?
Wait, now Gengar can... Well, no, Gengar dies to Hydro Pump now. Well, at least Blissey is out of the picture, so that's something. How much of a thing remains to be seen, but I just don't know what kind of Salamence this is. Wait, no, I think it has leftovers. It has leftovers. It's not choice banned. Yeah, it showed leftovers when it was whirlwinded out. Okay, that makes sense then. I'm not sure why he rested instead of... But he got Blissey out of the way, but I think I would have rested there. So Offensive Starmie is about to show us why it's up there with Aerodactyl as one of the best endgame pokes. I mean, it just is devastating. So here comes Suicune on Ice Beam. This game's over unless he misses Hydro Pump. Yeah. What the hell? Why did he spin? Why didn't he just Thunderbolt?
Well, Suicune doesn't wake up this turn, so I don't think it's that bad. Maybe.
Well, if he just Thunderbolts. Well, if the thing is, he risked Sleep Talk, and if he Sleep Talked that Calm Mind and then Calm Minded again in his sleep and then rested, the game was probably over. Unless he got really lucky and Whirlwinded out, and Whirlwinded the Coon that didn't surf out. So
I think that if he Sleep Talked Calm Mind, he was still 2-KO'd.
Maybe, but the Rapid Spin was just so unnecessary there, so I'm not really sure on that one.
He went instantly.
Well, now Gengar has to dodge Hydro Pump, and then muscle through a Swampert Last, which with Giga Drain won't be hard, but there's always the threat of Torrent Pump. Then he has to beat a Wisp Guard that is at full. T-Tar's sleeping, so no big deal. But Hydro Pump miss. And see, Starmie is just ruthless. Oh, he's not even going to risk it. He's getting rid of the Skarmory. And he's going to try to chip it with his own Gengar before he wins here. So Jabba needs some insane stuff to win this. So I think it's pretty safe to declare this game over.
This game is GG's.
No way. Oh no! Now it dies to Ice Beam. So if he full parried him to death, then that would have been one of the funniest things ever. But yeah, he's not risking anything. And now Starmie's Ice Beam wins. So what could have been done different? Do you think?
Well, John should have brought a different team, and he should have gone for the Snorlax endgame, I think, or Snorlax or Suicune endgame. He didn't go for any endgame.
Yeah, I agree. And wait, if this is DD, well, there's a Swampert Last, but what if he? Oh my God, it's DD Fire Blast. It doesn't kill. Oh, no way this wins. No way. Okay, he doesn't have Rock Slide, so even crit HP Flying doesn't kill.
Crit HP Grass, though.
If he's DD HP Grass, then I will kill myself. Okay, well, DD Fire Blast. So that's an interesting set that I don't really see, because losing to Zapdos and Arrow is not fun. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of Jabba's team, because, like, it's offense, but the two rest pokes really, really bring it down in tempo. Like, a Boomlax would have just swung the tempo immeasurably. And Fortress shows why it's a piece of shit.
Why does he have spikes on his team? It doesn't seem like his team wants spikes. It doesn't seem central to his strategy at all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it helps Suicune roar things around, but I think he would probably prefer like a Scarm or something, and Whispgar is just really, really dangerous to his team. So, yeah, Golden Sun just brought some standard stuff, and I mean, it works. Offensive Starmie is a fucking terror. I don't think I can emphasize enough how scary it is.
Yeah.
So, what would have been really funny would have been if, Jabba had DD'd and Gengar full para'd, and then Swampert had lived, or Swampert's Ice Beam wouldn't have killed, and so a T-Bolt para plus full para would have won the game. But yeah, so I don't generally like Golden Sun's team style that much, because trap teams just annihilate it if you can't get going with Starmie plus spikes. But that's water under the bridge. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Danilo, for being here. Any closing words?
Bring Rockets as tier advanced games.
That too. We didn't even notice that. Good God. And yeah, hail Satan. Thank you for watching.
Yes, you guys.